Hi guys, Steve here, and on this video I'm going to show you the base we built on a PVP Scorched Earth server. I had originally planned to video our base in stages every once in a while to show you how it was built, but I'd also recorded some gameplay footage. So I've merged them both together and made a cross between a Let's Build and Let's Play series. I transferred my level 90 character over here to make things a bit easier so I could build what I wanted. Picked the same spot I liked, which was fairly safe, then went around collecting resources. Water's hard to get on this map, so I wanted to build next to a water vein. It gets cold at night, so the first thing I built was a fire. And I'd farmed enough fibre to build my first set of clothes. Next I went out to harvest enough materials to build my first thatched hut. Then in the morning the rest of the guys joined me in the server, and we built a wood hut to be more secure, then when we had the resources, an adobe one to keep us cool. Then we started to extend it for storage. We tamed a morella top to get berries and cactus sap. And in the wood hut we placed a bed to spawn at. And 2 mortar and pestles to convert the sand and cactus sap into clay. We finished the bottom walls of the storage room and left space to put more large storage boxes in. I wanted small separate rooms in case somebody broke in, then the raiders would only have access to items in that room. There's a main ramp up to my base, so I aligned the walls of my base to face it. That way when my base was finished, that if we got raided, we could open the windows and shoot down the ramp.
Cool.
Because we had the morella top to bring plenty of berries in, next we tamed a dodec to farm sand, and an ankylo to farm metal. We tamed them both at once because it takes the same amount of time to tame. And while we were doing that, we finished the second level of a storage room. Your dinos are the most important things to keep safe, so by the end of the first day you must finish a dino pen to keep them in. And this is what we built before we went to bed. The adobe blocks at the front of the storage room. We made the rest of the foundations and wall stone, as if you watch my beginner's guide to Scorched Earth you'd know that it's tougher than adobe. Plus a lot easier to make, and we needed something quick to keep the dinos safe. I construct block buildings, as they have the least amount of sides to attack, plus when it's done, it'll have no other buildings around it for raiders to hide behind. We got the well up and running, so we had a constant supply of water. These are our original 1 cube huts. I built this new one to keep a workbench in. I put a forge in this one. And this main area is where I keep the dinos. I decided to build a slanted roof in the middle, so the morella top hump wouldn't stick through the roof. And I did the foundation layout in thatched first, so I could see how big to make the dino pen. I'll give you a quick look around to show you how much space we have. This side is the adobe storage room. It needs to be adobe because you'll spend lots of time in there sorting stuff out, and you'll die from heat if it's made out of anything else. We've added extra storage boxes, but we've got room for more. And I've doubled up the doors at its entrance to make it harder for people to raid. And I've put a second door in the back so I don't have to work my way around the building. And that's everything we did on the first day before we went to sleep. The next day we needed to get meat for food, so we decided to tame a high level raptor. You want to tame it close to where you live so you can keep an eye on it. So I used myself as bait and kited it towards my base.
On the ramp.
I wouldn't try this if you were low level, as I was only able to do it because I transferred my character in, and he had a lot of health.
Come on, we'll let him.
Raptors are pretty easy to knock out, so we just used a catapult and boomerang and saved knock arrows for something else.
Nice.
As you can see, we built a front wall to stop people coming up our ramp.
Bring the meat from the brasserie bin, we're gonna put it all in.
We also started to extend the base sideways, as we needed somewhere to keep all the crafting equipment. The base has no doors and we're saving up to build a behemoth gate, but in the meantime we take the wall down to let the dinos out, as the Morellatops don't fit through a normal dino gate. We wanted to go airborne to scout around, and most of the Argents fly around the top of the mountains so they're hard to get at, so the easier option is to fly up there on a moth and kite one back to your base. We tried to go for a medium level one, because the lower levels have virtually no stamina at all.
How many times you shot at?
This would be my second. Fucking hell, that thing managed to last throughout an entire bowler.
Get stuck, don't shoot it. Bolo it again. Oh, it's gone down.
Oh, it's down, it's down.
Went to a nice place for us as well.
Man, it's very nice of it.
Shitload
I'll
of
go
narcos. Oh shit, I need to check on the corner. The new fairground ride.
Kane, are you having fun? By the end of the third day, we had finished a second stage. We'd built a second floor to the base, extended it sideways, and added a behemoth gate. We put windows at the top to shoot down at any raiders, and I decided to change the bottom adobe side to stone, as adobe is really easy to destroy with metal tools. Even though the stone behemoth gate's huge, we had to use it as it's the only one you can fit a Morellotop through. I wish I'd do a medium sized gate as it'd be a lot better. I just get a drink of water and then show you the inside. This is a fake back entrance. When you get in here you'll find a few storage boxes filled with junk to make the raiders think they're on the right path. There'd be doorways along this corridor that I'd have to blow through, then they'll finally come to a dead end. Of course these side walls will be built up 2 towers high, it's just not finished yet. The base's main entrance now is a behemoth gate. Here we've extended the walls up to 4 towers high, and put a slope on the roof to make it 5. We did this as we needed something tall enough to keep the T-Rexes in, that would get later. I've boxed off the door columns, so raiders couldn't just bypass the main door and blow their way through the wall. These are all the dinos we have at the moment. We needed more meat, so we upgraded to a Carno from a Raptor. And Rick will boost everything's XP. The shelves on the second level are to keep all the flyers on. And I will finish reinforcing all the corners. You get to the flyer shelf with these ladders each side. Then I'm going to have ladders up to the roof in each corner. We can shoot down at raiders from these windows, and we can store quite a lot of Argents on these shelves when we get them. Down there is a Y plant, but it's completely useless. You can take spores from them and put them on the ground like landmines, then they grab people that walk over them, but they don't last long so it's completely pointless having them in game. In here is our water well, we're in the process of walling it off, and through this room is where we're going to have all our crafting equipment. Around it is the outer fake corridor that goes nowhere, so I've put all the important stuff in the middle to protect it. I've put a temp ladder here to get to the next floor. We weren't sure what this room was going to be used for, but we knew we had to get vaults in here from a level below, and we needed a safe place to put all the power generators. The PvP server we were on was friendly at the time, so we were able to plan and build our base out of stone, as it's easier to make and stronger than adobe. However, if you're on a hostile server, it's best to spend your time building a smaller building and make it out of metal as soon as possible to keep all your important stuff safe. Let's take a look at the base from above. We've built on a fairly flat plateau, but the ground still slopes, so there's only a certain amount of foundations I can link together on the same level. I want one big main building in the centre, and empty space around it so raiders can't hide behind anything, so I'm going to end up adding layers on top of this one. In the following episodes, I'll show you how we progress, up to our finished PvP base. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. See you next time. Goodbye.